It was first Nike, Bud Light, Target, and now Chick-Fil-A, in what some call an unnecessary move by Chick-Fil-A. And with shares of Bud Light's parent company, Anheuser-Busch, are currently down more than 20% in just 2 months, and Target's market value also reportedly plummeted $13 billion in one day. Stick around and I will explain to you what mistake Chick-fil-A possibly made. This is Al Internet. This is my 2 cents on the CBTV network, and welcome back to the channel. Do me a favor and smack that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And today we're going to be discussing one of the latest topics in the woke gone broke movement, with Chick-fil-A becoming the latest target of a potential boycott campaign, and it's not even Pride Month yet. So let's dive right into it. Chick-fil-A is a renowned fast food restaurant chain that has captured the hearts and taste buds of millions across the United States. Founded in 1946 by S. True Cathy, this Atlanta-based company has established itself as a beacon of excellence in the fast food industry. From its humble beginnings as a small diner, Chick-fil-A has grown into a nationwide phenomenon, known not only for its delicious chicken sandwiches but also for its exceptional customer service and commitment to community. They also stand out for its strong community involvement. The company actively supports local charities, schools, and organizations, making a positive impact on the communities it serves. Whether it's hosting fundraising events, providing scholarships, or volunteering time and resources, Chick-fil-A is dedicated to being a catalyst for positive change. Chick-fil-A has consistently demonstrated its commitment to ethical business practices. The company's core values, rooted in the Christian faith, guide its decision-making and operations. Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, allowing employees to rest, spend time with family, and attend religious services. This commitment to work-life balance and honoring personal values is a testament to the company's integrity and genuine care for its employees and customers. So you would think that with all this being said, their values are very intertwined in the company's culture, and there would be no need to take a step further. But instead they have decided to hire a vice president of diversity, equity, and inclusion. More on that in a bit, but first, let's take a look at the latest headlines with other Fortune 500 companies going extreme woke. According to a recent article published by the New York Post, retail giant Target has reportedly suffered an astonishing $8 billion loss in just 1 week since facing calls for a boycott over its Pride collection. The company's stock plummeted by 10%, resulting in a significant blow to its financial standing. The controversy arose when conservative groups and individuals voiced their disapproval of Target's decision to release a Pride-themed product line in support of the LGBTQ+ community during Pride Month. The collection featured diverse merchandise, including clothing, accessories, and household items, aimed at promoting inclusivity and equality. As news of the boycott spread across social media platforms and gained traction among conservative consumers, Target experienced a rapid decline in sales and stock value. The impact was so severe that it resulted in an $8 billion loss for the company in a span of just 1 week. Despite the backlash and financial setback, Target has remained steadfast in its commitment to supporting diversity and inclusion. The company's spokesperson reiterated that they value all their guests and believe in creating an inclusive environment where everyone feels welcome and represented. While the boycott and subsequent financial loss are undeniably significant, it remains to be seen whether this incident will have a lasting impact on Target's overall business performance. The company has weathered previous controversies and proven resilient in maintaining its customer base. This development highlights the ongoing tension between companies embracing social causes and the potential backlash they may face from certain consumer segments. It also underscores the complex dynamics at play in the retail industry, where brands must carefully navigate their public image and cater to diverse customer demographics. And now an update to the most controversial corporate woke movement, Bud Light. In a recent article published by the New York Post, the Bud Light meltdown is depicted as a positive development for America, and I wholeheartedly agree. The controversy surrounding Bud Light's decisions has sparked a much-needed conversation about the role of political correctness and corporate pandering in our society. By succumbing to pressure from a small but vocal group of individuals who claimed their latest media campaign was offensive, Bud Light demonstrated the dangers of overreach and the erosion of free expression. It is essential to remember that humor and lightheartedness are vital components of our culture, and by caving in, Bud Light was effectively stifling creativity and stifling the spirit of fun. The uproar that followed the announcement showcased the power of public opinion and the ability of consumers to hold companies accountable. It serves as a reminder that businesses should not underestimate the importance of staying true to their brand identity and the values that resonate with their loyal customers. Furthermore, the Bud Light meltdown highlights the absurdity of cancel culture, where a small group of individuals can wield disproportionate influence and dictate what is deemed acceptable or offensive. This incident serves as a wake-up call for society to question the excessive sensitivity that has permeated our culture, stifling free speech and creative expression. In a time when political correctness reigns supreme, the Bud Light meltdown has become a symbol of resistance against the stifling conformity that threatens our freedom of expression. It is a reminder that America is a country built on diversity, where differing opinions and the ability to laugh at ourselves are celebrated. Ultimately, the Bud Light meltdown should be seen as a victory for the American spirit. It reminds us that we should not be quick to bow down to the demands of a vocal minority. It encourages us to embrace humor, stand up for our values, and reject the stifling grip of political correctness. In the end, the controversy surrounding Bud Light will only strengthen our resolve to uphold the principles of free expression and individuality that make America truly great. However, what makes the Chick-fil-A situation so puzzling is the fact that Chick-fil-A is a privately held company with the Christian faith at the center of their corporate culture. Is there truly a need for a quote-unquote VP of diversity, equity, and inclusion? Are they just jumping on the train of, let me look proactive in my wokeness, or should all companies have a person or team for enforcing diversity and inclusion? For now, the outrage appears to be confined mostly to social media, where prominent conservative commentators have weighed in. Given how recent the backlash has been, it's not yet evident whether it has had any impact on the restaurant's sales. So who did they hire for this position? Well, his name is Erick McReynolds and has been employed by Chick-fil-A since 2007. He was promoted to the position of Vice President of DEI in November 2021, according to his LinkedIn page. He is an experienced executive director with a demonstrated history of working in the restaurant industry, skilled in consulting, operations, customer satisfaction, team building, public speaking, and management. Strong business development professional with a BS, MBA from Florida and M University. Hey, at least at this point the hire was not a white person. Nothing worse than hiring a DEI that looks nothing like the very group of individuals you are working on making less marginalized. And yes, this does happen quite often. Non-minorities in roles that are in charge of diversity, equity, and inclusion. It might be unfair to put all the blame on companies leaning more and more towards DEI programs, as more and more states are beginning to mandate it. Numerous New York-based entities including universities, law schools, the New York State Education Department, and the New York Bar Association have implemented DEI guidelines. While other states have taken the opposite approach, multiple lawmakers have employed various tactics, including rolling back broad ESG initiatives by corporations as well as restricting teachers from teaching broad historical topics in their classrooms. Current anti-DEI initiatives focus on defunding DEI programs in higher education or prohibiting the use of DEI policies in hiring decisions. Here are a few states that have introduced or passed anti-DEI legislation. Arizona. Proposed legislation would prohibit public entities from requiring employees to engage in a diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, spending public funds on DEI programs, contracting with a company that participates in a diversity, etc. Florida. Proposed legislation would prohibit public colleges from requesting political loyalty tests as a condition of employment, admission, or promotion. Political loyalty tests include requesting a person commit or make a statement in support of DEI. Proposed legislation would prohibit the creation of DEI offices, the use of critical race theory rhetoric, or other forms of political identity filters in hiring or promotion, and the use of state funding on DEI or critical race theory programs. Iowa. As proposed legislation would prohibit state agencies and governmental entities from using certain concepts related to racism and sexism in mandatory DEI trainings and public higher education institutions from spending any funding on DEI officers, which includes any effort to promote or promulgate trainings, programming, or activities designed or implemented with reference to race, color, ethnicity, gender identity, or sexual orientation. I believe that there is a fine line between acknowledging minority groups and making sure the public is aware of the challenges they face and outright censoring the very mention of it. These states might be going a bit too far. But to wrap up, I believe at this point, it is not necessary to boycott Chick-fil-A, but it is a reminder to be aware of the true motives of companies' decisions around this topic. Is it truly genuine? That's my 2 cents. Let me know yours in the comments below. And remember, comment on the topics discussed in today's video. You never know, it might show up in a future episode. Until next time.